In case you haven't noticed, there's a brand new magazine in town. It's called InTokyo, and it's filled with all kinds of useful information for those of us who live here and for those of you who are thinking about coming to Japan and visiting Tokyo. And we're with the editor-in-chief of that magazine, longtime friend, Jeff Richards. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing well, Colin. Thanks.
And we're catching up at a place called On Tokyo.
We're catching up at a place called On Japan Cafe, which is a lovely little oasis in the chaos of Harajuku.
And it is a lovely place. We have been enjoying a special izakaya presentation tonight with izakaya food and sake.
Yeah, we're in the middle of Harajuku, and I believe you're going to be talking to Yukiko-san, Yukiko Harada-san, who's the owner a little later.
Right.
But they put on a spectacular little seminar on izakaya foods and drinks and what people can expect and how to enjoy sake. It's been really fun.
And they have more events coming up. We'll find out about that when we talk to Yukiko. All right, let's talk about your magazine, InTokyo. This is just the second version of this magazine, right?
Yes, this is the second issue. So I think the last time we spoke, we had just put out a December issue. We're now doing January, rolling into February, and it's a monthly. We're gearing this to, yes, of course, like you said, people that live here, but also people that are just passing through.
So it's very useful for someone who is visiting Tokyo.
Absolutely. And we those are the people that we're thinking of when we're putting it together.
Let's talk about the cover. You have a beautiful shot on the cover of a lady wearing a kimono in the subway system.
Yes. That photo was taken by Alfie Goodrich, who's quite a spectacular photographer based here in Tokyo. He was the official photographer for the royal couple when they were just here. But he's very, very good. Well, the composition of his photos and the way he captures the old and the new, the modern, like the fast and the slow. And he has this one photo of a lady in a kimono in Shinjuku.
Was that a posed? Was that a posed photo? Did he coordinate that?
I don't think I'm at liberty to
was that
give those secrets away.
A natural, because she is absolutely stunningly.
It's fantastic.
It's
absolutely
a beautiful,
fantastic.
beautiful
when
cover.
Our art director Nick and myself saw the photos come across our desk, we just went, that one. That one.
Absolutely. In Tokyo, it says at the top, entertainment, events, guides, restaurants, and shopping. What are some of the features in this month's In Tokyo magazine?
Well, we try to go by area, but Tokyo is such a huge place that sometimes we get. But we've got a guide to nabe, probably Japan's most underrated food. Mm-hmm. People never talk about nabe, and if you don't know what nabe is...
What is nabe?
Well, nabe is basically a stew.
Okay.
But it comes in many different forms. You've heard sukiyaki.
Of course.
Which is a nabe.
That's a nabe? Okay.
Shabu shabu.
That's a nabe.
Sorry
about that.
Good one. You had to do that, didn't you? Shabu shabu.
Okay.
That's a nabe.
Okay.
But nabe is also more than a food. It's like a family culinary adventure. When you make it at home, there's lots of people. And half the fun is not just eating it, it's making it. But there are also restaurants in town that serve nabe, but it's a group activity.
I see. So you gather your friends and you go out to have nabe.
Exactly. Or you stay in and have nabe. We talk a little bit about how to make it, and we offer a few places to go try it.
You have some other interesting things in this magazine. I noticed you have a list of restaurants in Shibuya where you can find Wi-Fi. How useful is that?
Well, especially in Shibuya. I mean, okay, maybe I'm aging myself, but when I come to Shibuya, I spend about an hour or two here and I'm tired.
I understand that.
And if you're passing through Tokyo is a notoriously difficult place to get a free Wi-Fi connection.
Absolutely. Why is that?
I don't know. Apparently it used to be the city of the future, but now it's the city of the past.
So many cities do have free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Philadelphia, I think, for one, right?
Well, I've been all over the world, and there's places in Sri Lanka and Southeast Asia that have better Wi-Fi than Tokyo. But if you're in Shibuya and you do need to make that blog post, check your mail, do whatever you need to do, there's loads of places that actually do have it. So we chose our top 5. On Japan Cafe, where we are right now, happens to be one of them, where you can go in, connect if you need to, put your feet up if you need to, because I do.
And have some sake?
Have some sake, change the kids, do what you need to do.
Where can people get your magazine in Tokyo?
Right now, if you go to TripAdvisor and pick up the top 100 hotels in Tokyo, we're distributed there. We're also at the Moshi Moshi Nippon Box, which is in Harajuku. We're at Shibuya Station at the Tourist Information Center. Most of the tourist information centers at the train stations around here, restaurants, salons, Aoyama Book Center.
So if you're staying in a hotel, just ask the concierge for
Absolutely.
your copy
Yes.
of In Tokyo magazine, filled with useful information in English. And I noticed you have an ad here for this bus.
The
bus.
Access Narita bus.
Yeah, for 1,000 yen.
Sen yen.
10 yen, that's amazing.
Yeah, it is pretty darn good.
I was reading the ad and I noticed that all the words were capitalized except for two. And the only two words, was this a subliminal ad, Jeff, that you created, or what's happening here?
I wasn't allowed to change those.
Really?
No.
The only two words that are not capitalized in that ad, bus and price. And I'm thinking, it made me think. It actually made me stop and think. Bus, yes, and price. The price is much cheaper than any other bus service that goes out to Narita.
Well, and in our defense, bus is part of a hyphenated word, and so is price.
I see. So that's why you did it like that. But I thought it was
Style
interesting. Those two words, bus and price.
Well, I'm
I like
glad
that.
you picked that up. As a matter of fact, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's what I'm saying. Another thing you have in the magazine this week is City Focus, and you have some really, really outstanding photographs, and you have some information about how to take good photographs here in Tokyo.
Yeah, well, again, this is Alfie, who has our cover photo. Alfie is, well, he's my favorite photographer in Tokyo, and our art directors as well. Most of the people I know. His composition is fantastic. But what we wanted was, while we're showcasing some of his work, we asked him to tell us, what should people look for when they're visiting Tokyo, when they're in Tokyo? It's such a fantastic city. It's such an amazing city. How do you take good photos when you're in Tokyo? And one of the things that he said is he thinks of Tokyo itself as one big movie set. And
So true.
he says, so one, think of Tokyo like that. Two, when you're, whether your photo subject, if it's you or if it's a friend or a model or whatever, let them know. Put a story in their mind. Why are you in this particular spot in Tokyo? Make up a story. Do something, and you will get some great cinematic photos. And the ones that he sent us that we printed in the magazine are fantastic.
They are absolutely stunning. You have another ad in here. I'm sorry to be talking about the ads, but the advertising is always interesting too. You have one for Oishi Tokyo.
Delicious Tokyo.
What delicious Tokyo, that's what it means. Experience Tokyo's vibrant culture in a local's shoes. Who's doing this?
Two Japanese ladies who have been in the professional world for a long time decided to open up their own company. Basically, you come to Tokyo, you call them up or you email them, and they will take you out for the evening on a little walking tour, eating and drinking extravaganza.
How much does it cost?
I don't know.
I guess it depends on-
Ichiman yen, like less than $100, but that's
Wow.
all included. Like
Yeah.
you go to a bunch of places. So if you want to go to, say, Shimbashi, they will take you to Shimbashi, and they will take you to half a dozen different restaurants and explain how to order. So if you don't know any Japanese, you've got two local guides that are happy to take you out and just show you eating and drinking in Tokyo.
Jeff, we're running short on time. We better bring Yukiko in right now. Tell us again who Yukiko is. What does she do?
Yukiko, she's the owner of On Japan Cafe, where we are. I like On Japan Cafe because, like I said, it's a little respite in the middle of Harajuku. They got a huge English library of English language books.
Yeah.
They could just come in. You could get connected to the Wi-Fi and do what you do. Another little secret, folks, is during the week, during the day, it's open, but people are moving in and out. People in Harajuku are not so concerned with resting and, relaxing. They're all out doing something. So when you come in here, it'll kind of be the opposite.
Let's check in with Yukiko.
Let's do that.
Hello.
You got a brand new event happening here at On Japan Cafe having to do with sake and izakaya, right?
Yes. Have you been to izakaya?
Yes, I've been. I love izakaya.
This is-
Kind of describe what izakaya is here in Japan.
Izakaya is a pub, maybe in the UK and US. and it's a casual dining place that you mingle with, and you meet new people too over sake and beer.
And you're going to be having these on a regular basis?
Today was the first ever event that it took place, and it was a kind of experiment for us, but it seems like everybody is enjoying, so that means yes.
Yeah, we can hear a lot of people enjoying sake and conversation in the background right now. How can our listeners get invited to one of your events, or how can they find out more information?
Okay, we have a website on Japan Cafe website. Also, we're doing Facebook and Instagram, so if you can catch up with one of those access to one of our websites and tools, then you'll be able to see it.
Okay, it's a fun event. Everybody is having a
Yes,
great time.
has a little bit of learning.
Aha, oh, what do we learn at this event?
Have you ever heard yakko or hiyayakko?
No.
That's tofu, but the menu says differently. So why we say it differently? Those kind of things, the tips and the behind the scene, and also the origin of the wording, we learned those things.
All right, and I see that you had a kind of a slideshow on a big video screen here.
Exactly. We have a lecturer. She's a professional food advisor for us, and she knows all the history of the food and where they come from, and especially the sake, Nihonshu sake.
All right.
And she does a great job when it comes to searching, and there's so many things that we, even Japanese, don't know.
Wow. So
it's-
this is a very educational experience.
Exactly. So it's not only the casual izakaya, but also fun, and you learn something new.
It sounds fantastic. Now, you have information on your website. When will your next event be, and how much does it cost?
We will try to do every month, or at least every other month, and the next will happening sometime either in February or early March, and the theme will be oden. Do you know oden?
Oden is the stuff that's at the counter in all the convenience stores, right?
Exactly. And why oden, you'll find out later, or one of the.
Okay.
And
The cost?
The cost, 2,500 yen,
Very
including
reasonable.
including tax and some snacks and some nihonshu.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes.
All right, Yukiko, thank you very much for taking time to be with us here on The Kong Show.
Thank you for coming.
All right, thank you very much, Yukiko. And Jeff, let's get back to you. Do you have anything more you want to say about this week's or this month's in Tokyo magazine?
I think, if you're interested, we got the Wi-Fi spots. We also have some arts and entertainment, some of the underground film festivals that are happening, big concerts, how to deal with Roppongi.
Kevin McHugh is writing for you.
Yes, he is. He does our underground film fest. Everybody knows about the movies and what movies are opening, but Kevin is really good at picking out, even if you're traveling and if you're a cinephile, if you like films, you come to Tokyo. Guess what? There's a lot of good with English subtitles or English language underground film festivals that are playing every weekend around the city. And Kevin is really good for picking that stuff
He's into
up.
that. So a very useful magazine for people who are visiting Tokyo and for people who live here.
Yeah, there's something new for everyone. And we're just putting the next months together right now.
Are you looking for writers or contributions?
Always.
Always?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Editor at InTokyo.com.
All right. Jeff Richards, thank you very much for joining us here in the Kong Show. Of course, we have to say thanks to Tracy of the Pink Cow for powering this podcast with burritos, and to Teddy's Bigger Burger in Harajuku. Have you been to Teddy's?
Of course I have. We've been there together.
Oh, that's right, we have, and we enjoyed some bigger burgers indeed. All right, Jeff Richards, thank you very much. Anything more? Pick up a magazine?
Pick up a copy of InTokyo the next time you're out here.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Kong.